In this video, I'm going to explain exactly why LLCs are an ideal entity structure for most new business owners and why you should strongly consider creating an LLC if you're forming a new business. Without further ado, let's dive in. LLC. First thing you need to understand is what it stands for. It stands for limited liability company, silly. LLCs are one of the most popular business entities in America, and there's millions of businesses with the corporate structure in this country. I'm going to tell you why most important business owners set up LLCs. But first, I need to talk about Bizee. When it comes to setting up an LLC, Bizee is one of the absolute most helpful resources in the world. Bizee.com has tools that make the process of setting up an LLC so easy and seamless, it's ridiculous. All you have to do is go to Bizee.com, select your entity type, state, and the service will walk you through the process of setting up your LLC. It's flawless. It even helps you prepare and file your articles of organization with your state government to get your business up and running perfectly. Bizee can also help you set up other business entities, S Corps, C Corps. They offer customer service Monday through Friday from 9 to 6. They have templates for registered agents, you name it. This is the place to set up your LLC. If you're somebody that's going to be setting up an LLC, I highly recommend that you use Bizee, and the link is below in the description to save money. Let's get back to this video. Here are 3 of the most important benefits of LLCs. As the name suggests, LLCs limit your liability as a business owner. So having an LLC prevents you as the business owner from having your personal assets, such as your personal bank accounts, your personal IRAs, or house, seized in the event of a lawsuit against your business, or if your business has debts that are called in. Number 2 is pass-through taxation. With LLCs, taxes pass through your business and go directly to your personal tax returns. So you get the limited liability of a corporation, but you still get to be taxed like a sole proprietorship or a partnership. It's the best of both worlds. But last but not least, number 3 is easy compliance. Compared to many other corporate structures, the compliance requirements are a lot simpler for LLCs. And generally speaking, there's less paperwork and fewer hoops you have to jump through in order to maintain your LLC on a year in and year out basis. LLCs are great for new business owners. At my firm, Tax Alchemy, we usually recommend that brand new business owners start out with just an LLC as their corporate structure. There are a number of reasons why this is the case, but most of the reasons revolve around what I'm about to explain, so be sure to lock in. For starters, a lot of new business owners have to choose between sole proprietorships and general partnerships, or LLCs. The problem with the sole proprietorship and general partnership is that sole proprietorships and partners in a general partnership are personally liable for the business debts and other liabilities. Unfortunately, many new business owners have no idea what a serious problem that is. They simply choose a sole proprietorship or a general partnership because they think these structures will be the fastest, the simplest to set up, and the simplest to maintain with the least amount of costs incurred. While it is true that sole proprietorships and GPs or general partnerships are simpler to set up, simpler business structures, they have full personal responsibility for all of the financial risks associated with your business. This is definitely not something that you want to deal with. Let's look at an example to see how serious this problem can be. Seth is an entrepreneur who decides to open a small restaurant. He loves to cook and he figures, hey, why don't I try to save some money with this new skill set, put some of my savings towards setting up a restaurant. And at first, everything was going great for him. He starts making thousands of dollars every week from his new restaurant. However, 3 months in, a woman slips on some spilled water that was on the ground in his restaurant, and she falls and she breaks her leg. As a result, she decides to sue Seth to cover her hospital bills and the pain and suffering damages associated with the injury. The woman is requesting $100,000 in total damages. The business does not have that much money on hand, so the only way that Seth will be able to pay the damages for the lawsuit is to surrender all of the money in his personal bank account in addition to the money he has in his business account. So he does, and both of his bank accounts go to zero, wiping out all of the restaurant's profits from the first few months and all of his personal savings at the same time. What a nightmare. Obviously, this is not an ideal situation, and it's definitely not something that I want to happen to any of you that are watching this video right now. But the truth of the matter is that if he had chosen to set up an LLC instead of a sole proprietorship, then the woman who sued him would have only been able to go after the business's assets, and Seth's personal bank accounts would have remained untouched. See the difference? Just like a sinkhole developing in your backyard, limiting your liability is definitely not something that you should neglect. For some new business owners, it literally is the difference between bankruptcy and financial solvency. It is that important. There's no point in starting a new business if you're just going to get absolutely destroyed from a financial perspective if someone trips and falls on your premises and sends their personal injury attorneys after you, or if you're held personally responsible for another major liability that you didn't see coming. You see, the liability protection alone is enough reason by itself for many new business owners to choose an LLC, in my opinion. However, there are some other great reasons why you should consider an LLC if you're setting up a new business. Let's look at a few. Now, I already mentioned that LLCs are pass-through entities, which means you can avoid the double taxation. And they're also easier to maintain from a compliance perspective compared to corporate tax returns. But why else would somebody choose to go with an LLC as a structure? Well, it's the management flexibility that you can have. LLCs offer great flexibility in terms of management. They can be member managed, which means that the owners of the business can manage the LLC, or they can be manager managed, which means that someone other than the owners of the business can manage it. This flexibility allows LLC owners to easily tailor the management structure of their businesses to their own specific needs, not to mention anonymity. Additionally, it is possible to open an anonymous LLC in several different states such as Delaware, Nevada, and Wyoming. An anonymous LLC is one in which the owners of the LLC are not disclosed in the state filings. This helps to add a layer of privacy that makes it harder for various people to track you down and hassle you if you have a business. So if you're someone who would prefer more privacy when it comes to your business, then LLCs will be extremely beneficial here. Just keep in mind that having an anonymous LLC does not exempt you from having to file your BOI report. A BOI report is a beneficial ownership information report you have to file with FinCEN to disclose the beneficial ownership information for your businesses. Currently, Bizee offers BOI report filing to existing LLC formation customers, and soon it will release this service to all customers. If you want to learn more about the BOI reports and the Corporate Transparency Act that made them necessary now, check out the other videos that I did on them. I'll link them here. Now, having an LLC can also help to establish some credibility for your business. If your business name has LC or LLC at the end of it, it automatically lets people know that you've taken the steps to protect your business from a liability perspective. This helps to display professionalism and trust. Some customers or vendors may hesitate to do business with you if they do not think that your company is a legitimate liability protected company. So showing that your company has liability protection in place can be a very good maneuver if you're trying to build your business reputation. This is a great benefit of LLCs and another reason why they're an excellent option for new business owners. But are LLCs always the right choice? At this point, you might be wondering, Karlton, you've been going over LLCs as if this is the only entity structure to set up, but do they have any drawbacks? Or are there times when you shouldn't consider an LLC? Well, here's the thing. LLCs are amazing for people who are just getting started with their businesses. For most people, it's going to make perfect sense to start out in an LLC so that they can get the liability protection, they can get the credibility that they're looking for, they can separate themselves from their business, there's no double taxation. But at some point, yes, it can make a lot of sense to switch your business structure. And in fact, this is because your LLC becomes more and more successful. You're going to pay more and more taxes associated with your LLC. And self-employment tax is at 15.3%. We can't fail to mention that. This is not a huge problem when you're just starting out, but as your business grows, the self-employment taxes can really start to add up. And that is why we usually recommend that business owners start to look into switching to an S corporation, right around $50,000 in profit. Switching to an S corporation can help you reduce self-employment taxes, and you're paying payroll taxes in replace of self-employment taxes. If you want to learn more about how that works, I highly recommend that you watch this video right here, in which I speak at length about the benefits of S Corps. But here's the bottom line. LLCs are the best entity structure for new business owners, point blank period. There is a very good chance that an LLC is going to be set up for you if you believe in reducing your tax bill and building wealth. They protect your liability, they give you management flexibility, simple compliance, pass-through taxation. What's not to like? This makes them very hard to beat. If you're somebody that is interested in setting up an LLC and you want to get help from Bizee, I set up my LLCs through Bizee. Click on the link below. I'll be doing more tutorials on how to set up your LLC through Bizee. And if you like this video, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll be making more videos for you. Till next time, I'll see you there. Cheers.